So one of the first questions I want you guys to ask yourself is, do I have dry scalp or do I have scalp buildup? Hey tribe, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, hi, my name is Andree. Hi, welcome. My video today is going to talk about a subject that I think is worth putting in a separate video, and it is scalp care. I may do a part 2 to this because I have been testing out a couple of products. Product buildup will leave your hair feeling dull. You'll find that it has no shine. It has sort of like a matte grey sort of look to it, and nothing you ever do brings that sheen to it. And also when you wet your hair, you tend to have like a layer of products still on your head, and your hair doesn't always feel super clean. So that's product buildup. Dry scalp slash dandruff, dandruff being that it's bigger flakes and dry scalp being smaller flakes, are actual flakes that you can find on your shoulders. It can happen prior to your hair needing washing. Sometimes when people know they need a hair washing, the dry scalp will build up. You may itch. It may cause discomfort. You may feel like you need to oil it. It may feel like your scalp is on fire. Those are signs of a dry, itchy slash dry scalp, and there are ways to minimize it, get rid of it, or at least maintain it at a certain level. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I know the first one is going to blow your minds, but the one thing that you need to do when you have dry scalp is wash your hair, baby. Wash that hair. And the thing is, I always say this in every video, and if you ever sit in my chair, you know I stand on business when it comes to this. Washing your hair frequently will minimize the amount of dry scalp issues that you have. That's already part 1. It doesn't mean that it will end it, but your scalp will always be in a state of cleanliness, which means that you would get rid of, I would say, about 50% of your scalp issues if they are not medical. I have dry scalp. I suffer from dry scalp greatly, but mine normally arises when the weather tends to change. What I suffer with the most is itching. Now, one of the things that I want to mention, washing my hair frequently has been the thing that has always dramatically reduced. I'm going to say 50% because that's how it felt for me. For you, it might be 30, it might be whatever, but washing your hair frequently will dramatically lessen the amount of dry scalp you have. If you are natural, washing your hair is definitely going to help. You can still use some of the things I'm going to mention in this video if nothing else has worked for you, and especially those that are natural, I want you to pay attention to the scalp buildup, because those that are natural tend to not be able to wash their hair as well as it should be washed. A lot of the clients that walk in who have natural hair, they tend to suffer a lot from scalp buildup rather than dry scalp itself. Those who are chemically enhanced are those that tend to have dry scalp issues if they didn't have it already, or it will be elevated because they are chemically enhanced. I'm finding that I'm a little bit more sensitive now that I have a relaxer. I'm not anymore, and I'm a lot better. I tend to find that when I'm going to transitional periods, winter to spring, my scalp flares up. If the heaters are on a lot in the house, my scalp flares up. But I will show you and I will tell you that washing my hair has dramatically reduced that for me. What I want everyone to stop doing so much is using oils. Now, there are a plethora of serums and salicylic acid and things of the sort which have been introduced into the market because people are understanding that dry scalp is a major issue. Dermatologists, approved serums and things of the sort have been created, and I want to talk a little bit about them in another video because I have tested a lot of them out and a lot of them work beautifully, but I am testing them all out and probably will release a video in about 2 weeks because I should be done with all my testing by then because I'm doing the last one. But I am going to put a few of the ones that I've tested out and you guys can try it out yourself. Serums are a very good way of soothing your immediate relief of your scalp and also keeping your hairs dry scalp at bay until your wash day, and keeping the itch, which is the thing that actually irritates the most. I don't think sometimes it's the dry scalp. For me, it tends to be the itch, the tapping of the head, the scratching. For me, it's when I put something on my head, i.e. my headscarf, and I've just washed my hair, I just feel like my scalp is not on fire, but you know, like a creeping itch that then turns into a little bit of a fire, and then it calms down. And a lot of the time it feels quite prickly, and this happens regardless whether I was relaxed or not. So one of the things that I have implemented is, as soon as I finish washing my hair, I put a serum on my scalp, and the serums tend to immediately soothe my scalp and calm my scalp down, and then I'll repeat that process about a day or two after that. That tends to be the last time I need to do that until my wash day. But for some others who suffer from things like psoriasis, dermatitis or anything like that, you might find that doing it every other day, every day, or something of the sort may help. But definitely serums are something that I would recommend instead of oils. Serums tend to penetrate better, they tend to treat the problem, and they tend to dissolve into your scalp a little bit better. Clarifying your hair every so often can get rid of scalp buildup, and I think that's one of the reasons why so many people are finding that they're having scalp issues. I don't know about you, but when you clarify your hair, you're getting rid of oil buildup and all the things that you have done to your hair during the last couple of weeks that may be irritating your scalp. I find that whenever I clarify my hair, or I clarify some of my clients' hair, they find that their scalp feels much better and their hair feels much better too. Clarifying shampoos are going to help you get rid of that buildup immediately, depending on what you are using. Sacred's clarifying shampoo, which has small beads, and I think it has peppermint or tea tree, I'm not quite sure, but I found that the Sacred clarifying shampoo specifically, the peppermint feeling or tea tree feeling, but that feeling left my hair feeling really good. And it also, the exfoliating beads in it also made me feel like it lifted off a lot of the dirt off my scalp. Now, if you have natural hair, be very careful with this product because it can leave the beads in your hair, so you have to rinse really thoroughly. You just have to make sure that you really rinse well when you're using any sort of clarifying shampoo that has build up. Another one of my favorite clarifying shampoos is the Keurig Hair First Lava shampoo. It's one of my go-tos and probably the most accessible in the market in the UK, and I also have seen it a lot in the US. I absolutely love the First Lava Keurig Hair shampoo. Now I want to say that with my chest because I've been using it for over 14 years. It doesn't strip the hair, but it definitely gets rid of a lot of build-up. You can repeat use. If in doubt, use First Lava. If you are a person that is a little bit more sensitive, I would recommend something along the lines of the Affirm Care clarifying shampoo. The clarifying shampoo is amazing because it's a lot more gentler, and I tend to use that more for those that have finer hair. It just really cleanses the work really carefully. If you feel like you didn't do it well the first time, you can go again a second time, just like the First Lava, but you will just find that that clarifying shampoo is just a lot gentler. The whole point of a clarifying shampoo is to follow it up with a hydrating shampoo, but you need to use something that's going to kind of get rid of that oil buildup, and it's really about preference. I do recommend using clarifying shampoos maybe once every 6 weeks, depending on what you do to your hair. For those that have natural hair, try to use it at least once every 6 weeks. Another shampoo I want to mention that is amazing is the Chocolate Goji Berry Mint shampoo. It's excellent, and it's also so gentle that it can be the only shampoo you use. It gets rid of the build-up and the excess product without stripping your hair at all, and you can literally carry on and use a conditioner after without much of a notice or your hair feeling stripped. Hopefully your build-up days are behind you after trying any one of those products. If you are definitely suffering from dry scalp and have had that issue since you were young, and it's definitely not scalp buildup, I recommend that you start using over-the-counter dry itchy shampoos. Now these are targeted for people that have a dry scalp or dandruff. They lift off that dry scalp off your scalp without you having to scrub, scratch or blister up your scalp. One thing about a dry shampoo though, it is not for your hair. So whatever shampoo you pick up, you make sure that you follow up with a hydrating shampoo. Even if you use a clarifying shampoo first and then a dry itchy shampoo second, your hair's going to feel like straw. So the next thing you need to do is immediately replenish your hair with some moisture. So I would say some of my favorite shampoos: dry itchy shampoo by Care. It's an oldie but goodie. The peppermint feeling that you get from that shampoo is 10 out of 10. You want to have things like tea tree, charcoals. I think in the UK zinc has been removed from a lot of shampoos, but if you're in the US, zinc might be something that you're looking for because they suck that out of your hair. I know that there's a dermatologist tested Head and Shoulders that is targeted for black hair, afro hair, and I wanna just double check that I'm right on this, but that has worked immensely well for some of my dry itchy clients who have tried it, and I love it. I have one particular client who had probably one of the worst cases of dry scalp, and her scalp has improved by 85%. So if it's something I can find a picture of, I will place it in this video for you guys. And another shampoo that I also really loved, and I don't know if they do anymore, is the MAISON dry itchy shampoo. Really love that one. Anyone can use any of these shampoos. They will tend to your scalp. So last but not least are medicated shampoos. Now medicated shampoos are a little bit more elevated. You just cannot get a hang of your dry scalp. I always recommend using a medicated shampoo for a period of time so that it balances out. Again, for me, I don't always feel like people need to use medicated shampoos all the time. I feel like it's always better to use it when you have a flare-up and then use over-the-counter shampoos. Nizoral is one that you definitely need to look into. You are going to need a conditioner. So I always say to my clients, try with a dry shampoo first and then see if you also need a conditioner. Now, again, most people like to use both, but just remember when you're using both, you are actively saying you have a 5-step shampoo system, because it's no longer a 3-step or a 2-step, i.e. shampoo, condition. It's now shampoo, shampoo, condition, condition, rinse. Get you a good dry itchy conditioner. And the one that I love, again, dry itchy shampoo conditioner by Care. Again, you get that nice tingly feeling that cools down when you rinse your hair. And last but not least, you don't need to use it on your hair, okay? You don't need to use it on your hair. Definitely only apply it to your scalp. I normally apply it with a tint brush straight onto my scalp and massage it through. Another one that is amazing and really underrated, I have not heard anyone talk about this conditioner, is the Syntonic's Repair Mask, I think it's called. Absolutely amazing, 10 out of 10. Would recommend. The peppermint is almost overwhelming, but it's exactly what I need. And when I use that, I don't need to use anything else. I don't even need to use any of the serums because my scalp is calm for at least 3 to 4 days. I hope those tips have helped you and you have a little bit more understanding of what is a dry scalp versus what is a build-up scalp. I hope I was able to shed some light on what you may or may not need. Again, I may do a part 2. I think I definitely will do a part 2 and review some of the products and what I liked or what I didn't like about them. So stay tuned for that. But if anything, always use that comment section as a way to ask me questions and get your answers as quickly as possible. I do check my YouTube videos comments quite a lot, so please leave them in the box. Thanks for watching as always, and I hope that this video has helped soothe your scalp a little bit. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.